लोग बोलते हैं ज़्यादा बोलना नहीं चाहिए, नज़र लग जाती है, but I don't care. I would say I have a few sharks as well as my mentors, right? So I keep meeting them, talk about my company, how to grow this and how to grow that. I took a loan from my dad of 2,500 rupees.
Any big entrepreneur, they have to do something so exceptional that they're also exceptionally flawed.
When I started this company and people called me delusional, they called me, I think you're just being unrealistic about it.
I believe networking is the key to any kind of career. May it be corporate, may it be business, any career, networking is the key. करना क्या चाहिए?
Okay.
पहली बात, दूसरा सीखना क्या चाहिए? And third and most important कि client को क्या चाहिए?
Brands never come to you for a particular service. Very few of them does. Okay, because
You should be comfortable in being uncomfortable.
True. I think Shark Tank season 2. Okay, that was in 2023, early 2023. 5-6 of our clients actually got telecasted.
That is what I think. Some things go above what you charge. मतलब
True.
You can't charge everything in today's money.
Yeah,
Some things are worth in tomorrow's money.
True. You can't find good talent in the digital marketing domain in Navi Mumbai compared to the town and the South Obo.
Oh.
Yes. I would want the colleges who are taking so many lakhs and lakhs of rupees of fees, they should actually come in and they should include the subject of how to, actually apply for a job.
हाँ, both business comes at the family table. तो entrepreneur की जो journey है उसमें ये वाले parts कभी trend नहीं होते.
हाँ रे.
कोई कभी इस बारे में बात नहीं करता. Coming back to that, तो 2,500 रुपए दिए वापस या फिर लोन बचा है, इंटरेस्ट चल रहा है अभी तक.
वो मेरे डैड को है, वो कर्जा आपका हमेशा मेरे पे रहेगा. We are a performance marketing agency. We started in 2019. It's been 5 years since our company has been in operations, and it's been a roller coaster journey till now. We have catered to more than I think 50 plus industries, 200 plus clients. We have 3 offices, one in Mumbai, Bangalore, and Delhi. And in the last financial year, we have close to generated more than 500 crores in sales for all of our clients combined. If you talk about our expertise, it's more on the performance marketing and the content creation side.
Wow. So आपने बहुत सारी चीजें बोली है साथ में.
Yeah.
Let us break down each and everything. सबसे पहले स्टार्ट करते हैं परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग.
Yeah.
ये बहुत लोग बात कर रहे हैं डिजिटल मार्केटिंग के बारे में. तो भाई जो देखो आप हर जगह उसके क्रिएटर्स आ रखे हैं, उसके पोस्ट आते रहते हैं, हर जगह यही बात आती रहती है. तो let us first talk a little bit about what performance marketing is.
Right.
Can you please maybe
see? If I keep it simple, it's more about Facebook and Google ads. But if you see right now, the generation we are in, we are actually giving fancy names to each and everything, right? So Facebook and Google ads has turned to performance marketing. What good thing that has actually done is performance marketing mainly means you are putting 90% of your time into research and 10% into execution. So it is actually helping brands all over in all the industries to grow their business and get as many leads and sales as possible. Because if you spend most of your time in researching rather than just implementing things, you know actually what you need to be doing in order to get the results.
आप कितने टाइम से roughly it has been 3-4 years to our company? More?
No, we are in the operations for the last more than 5 years. We started in Feb 2019. Yeah.
So it's almost been 5 years for you to be an entrepreneur.
More than 5 years, yeah.
More than 5 years. So
right.
how has the journey been for you? मतलब क्या ups, क्या downs? How does it make you feel? The pros and cons. Please
Even before I was an entrepreneur, I was actually a freelancer for a lot of design services like PPT design, deck design, logo design, and all sorts of things. Before this company, I actually owned a fact page on Instagram, right? And I saw an ad of one of our competitors, and I saw a word below their name, and the word was sponsored. Okay, I was like, what is this thing? What is sponsored? So I asked a few friends, they're promoting their page on Instagram. Like, how do I do that? They're like, you have to actually put in some money and you have to do. So at that time in 2017, the minimum ad spends per day on Facebook was 40 rupees a day. So I had some 1,000 rupees in my Paytm. I actually put all of my money in Facebook ads. And to my surprise, we got more than 10,000 followers in 7 days. Back then, Facebook used to actually give you good results when you used to spend. But right now, it's a bit
saturated.
It's very saturated, not bit. Yeah. So since then, I actually understand the Instagram algorithm and all sorts of things. But since then, we have had when I was freelancing, we have had some clients through references and all through my network. one of my clients in 2019 January suggested me to actually open a company. So I thought, okay, let's do it. In Feb, I started it. I was in first year of my college. Since then, I would say that it is nothing short of a roller coaster journey, because it's more downs than ups, I would say. But if you are being very patient in your journey, it definitely has its reward to give you. And I would say it is much more sweeter than you expect.
Of course, because
Yeah.
the reason is ना कि जब मैं इंडस्ट्री के बारे में बात करता हूँ तो
Yeah.
यहाँ पे ये इंडस्ट्री आपको भी पता है कि it is a bubble. There are a lot
Very-
and a lot of players in this market.
Right.
And they are also in terms of companies, they are also unlicensed people. There are people entering जो सिर्फ Canva करते हैं. मतलब यहाँ पे potential भी बहुत है, plus market में already players तो बहुत ज़्यादा है ही है.
Correct. Yeah.
तो honestly, when I started out, when I understood, when I got the concept of what marketing is,
Correct.
मुझे ये समझने भी टाइम लगा कि मार्केटिंग में परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग और ये सब एस्पेक्ट्स अलग है और ऑफलाइन मार्केटिंग अलग है. तो हाउ डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड कि ये आपका नीश होना चाहिए, दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू शुड डू फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ?
You see, let's go back a little, Shashwat. Even before starting, let's say, a marketing agency specialized into performance marketing or even print advertisement, the technical skill that you need to know is basic marketing, to be very honest. So if you don't know about basic marketing as to how to sell a product, you would never know. You can never scale an agency.
Of course.
If I am on the technical side. So in a business, there are two sides. One is you should know about the, you should have the business skills, and second, you should have the technical skills.
Of course.
If you're heavy on the technical skills and starting a marketing agency, and if you don't know about how to actually sell a product, you won't ever be able to do that on any channel. Even let's take print for an example. I run a marketing or digital marketing agency, but if you tell me to go and go out there and do marketing on print as well, we can absolutely do that, because we know how to sell product. Channels may change, but if you actually master yourself in marketing, so no matter what the challenge is, you can always sell more products. What is our main goal as Creative Digitals, as a company as a whole? We want to enable brands to sell more, okay, to position themselves premium and to make them sustainable for the longer term, right? Whatever the channel is, it doesn't even matter. Right now, we are doing performance marketing, and we are doing marketing for people. So let's put it into simple words, okay? We are helping brands with all of these things and using Facebook as a tool, okay? And using Google as a tool. After 5 years or 10 years, the tool might change, but the objective will always remain the same. Most agencies get this wrong. Okay, they are absolutely into Facebook ads, Google ads. We'll do this, we'll do social media, we'll do Instagram. They are focused more on the channel rather than the objective.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that.
So if you are being an objective-driven company, you can always turn your way. You can always
channels
your channels. Yeah, exactly. Because if you brand yourself as a channel-driven marketing agency, and if a new channel comes, you won't be seen as a thought leader in that particular industry.
Very true.
Right? So let's say even if Facebook goes out of business, which it won't, but let's say a new channel comes in and we have to market over there, we can absolutely do that because we know how we position ourselves, right?
Of course.
And brand doesn't even come to us, Shashwat, I'll tell you. They don't even come to us for, let's say, keep Facebook marketing kar lo ya Google marketing kar lo. They come to us with their genuine problem. Okay, we tell them this is what we are going to do. We don't even select these channels at first. Let's say कि if you own a D2C brand and if you own a real estate company or any other company, you say कि मुझे ये करना है. I wouldn't go all in saying you should do Facebook ad, you should go to Google ads. There are different channels as well. Do you know Snapchat?
Yeah.
It provides a very good ROAS.
Exactly.
But people actually neglect that because it's not fancy for them, right?
They're not even aware.
Yeah, exactly. Brands, see, I would say there is a big learning for brands and big scope of learning, and a lot of misinformation out there that they should just be burning money on Facebook and Google ads. You should absolutely see that's what comes in performance marketing, I would say. Performance marketing is not limited only to Facebook and Google ads. It is, I would say, it comes under Snapchat as well. It is other in-app advertisement as well. Because in performance marketing, when I said you have to spend 90% of your time in research, you also have to spend time in seeing on which platform will you be able to generate higher ROI.
That is true.
Right?
क्योंकि यही एक्चुअली क्या है ना, मैं इसके बारे में कई बार सोचता हूँ कि ये जो आपने जो बोला ना कि चैनल्स है,
करेक्ट.
सो जैसे अभी फेसबुक है, ऑब्वियसली फेसबुक कैन नेवर गो आउट ऑफ बिजनेस, बट व्हाट दे कैन डू इज दे कैन क्रिएट अ न्यू वन.
True.
With a newer channel.
See, that is exactly another business.
So now rather than us, जैसे the major change of TikTok, the change of the micro content that we are using right now that is a new content. It's a new channel that we are focusing.
Very true.
So we always those channels are going to change as we proceed into the future.
Correct. Yeah.
So I have seen this myself, and now that when you're talking about it, I think कि majority of the agencies or majority of the agents themselves usually lose out at this space कि they feel कि हर किसी को same ही चीज़ चाहिए कि हर किसी को आपको marketing करनी तो आप Google Ads run कर लो, अगर हर किसी को कुछ करना तो आप social media कर लो.
Yeah.
But how to do it is very important. You're very right about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when we talk about creative digitals, you started in 2019.
2019, yeah.
It's been 5 years, 5 good years.
No more than 5 years. Yeah.
And you don't have a co-founder.
Yeah.
Any reason why you don't have a co-founder? Like, see, it's a big company now.
Not big, but it's a medium-sized company. We are aspiring to be big, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. So, see, having a co-founder actually helps a lot because, see, in business, I feel there are two major things that needs to be taken care of. One is bringing the business. Second is actually delivering the services or the product for them. Since being a sole founder, you have to do everything by yourself. So there are high chances that you miss out on something and something goes wrong, which has been the case with me as well. Okay, but going back and looking at to other looking back on other entrepreneurs as well who have built companies, okay, without having a co-founder, people have done that. So it doesn't mean that you cannot do it. But if you ask about my personal opinion, I was 18 at the time when I started my company. Okay, I couldn't find anyone at my age at that time that wanted to start a company with me. Everyone wanted to go out. Not everyone wanted to. None of them had a vision. When I was 17, I will say this very interesting thing about me. When I was 17, I had a lot of friends at 27, 28 years of age. There was one guy, I would say his name was Akash Pera. Okay, when I was doing freelancing as well, he started his own digital marketing agency, and I used to hang out with him a lot. He, in that group, he had a lot of friends as well. So everyone, most of them were entrepreneurs. Some went to the job. So as 17 years old, I was exposed to a lifestyle. So, okay, so this is what has been going around. Okay, people are learning about money. So I got to learn about money at a very young age at that time. So I was like, I wanted to earn money. And, Akash, my friend, had been a very great help in launching my company. And he was absolutely, I would say, very selfless to do that because he owns a digital marketing agency himself. He's 7 years older to me. Of course, he sees me like a small brother. Okay, so he actually helped me like, this is what you should be doing. So yeah, in my life, I would say I've been lucky enough many times because people help me a lot, seeing my passion and my vision towards my company. So yeah, I would say that. And you don't need anyone else if you are determined enough. And
it's not a mandate now.
True, very true. And see, now that we are 5 years old, I keep finding people that want to start a company. I would say I am completely stressed and completely irritated by the number of emails or number of people tell me, let's start something together. Just you come in my business. You be my co-founder. Partnership and all. I don't want to do that. I know the game now. Okay. A lot of people have approached me for a co-founder as well. They're like, we're ready for investments as a co-founder. But I couldn't find anyone to match my speed, match my vision. So that's the way there. And I don't think I'll be having a co-founder in this company. Because I wouldn't say that I've done everything alone. Okay. I had a team. Okay. I've built a team. I had people at the higher level, higher management who had helped me grow this company. It is never a sole effort. You always have someone with you who helps you.
Of course.
I've had people at regular intervals of at KD every year, every month, every second to help me with something.
And so now that you've mentioned Akash, actually I know Akash Pera.
Oh, is it?
And actually the thing is that I know him as a marketeer as it is.
Correct, yeah.
Also, a few of my friends have worked for him. So I know his name for a long time.
Right.
And I did not know before this interview that you knew Akash Pera.
Okay, that's...
So it's a good shout out to him. Shout out to Akash Pera if you're...
Yeah, follow.
So, yeah, and see, that is what I feel, ki a kind of a mentor or somebody to look upon is very important in your life.
I would say yes. That's...
And, matlab, bhai, ki if I want to be a boxer today, it will only be when I see somebody like Muhammad Ali. अगर मैं किसी सही जगह बंदे को देखूंगा तभी मन करेगा to go in that direction.
Very true.
So that is why even मतलब according to you who is your mentor, सबसे पहले तो personal level पे जिससे आपने कभी बात करी हो. Secondly ऐसा कोई mentor जिससे आप कभी मिले ना हो but मतलब somebody you always looked up to. Is there somebody like that in your life?
Yeah, absolutely you have. So I have, I would say I spend a lot of money and a lot of time on networking. Okay. I actually have a good amount of network, a good net worth of people to help me at all stages of my life, in all direction and all departments of the company as well. But if you ask me about a mentor in particular, I have a few mentors. I would say I have 2 mentors right now, which are actually helping me grow this company as well. Apart from that, business coaches and all from another industries and all. I have a few sharks as well as my mentors, right? So I keep meeting them, talk about my company, how to grow this and how to grow that. So yeah, of course, they help. And talking about mentors that I haven't met yet, I look up to Elon Musk a lot.
Of course.
Because there's something that, I resemble with, I actually, thoda main connect hai, is by the hours of working, the kind of hard work that he puts in. I wouldn't say that I match what he's doing, and I
look up to the way he
but I look up to the way he works, and I find it very similar to myself.
एक तो ना इलॉन मस्क कैसा ना आई लाइक एक तो सबसे पहले प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना आजकल पीपल फील कि cynical people are usually bad. And what I feel na, for somebody to be successful, they have to be cynical.
But that is actually a very good point. I'm sorry to cut you off, Shashwat. If you don't get called delusional for your dreams, if people are not calling you unrealistic, okay, it means you're dreaming too small. Whatever I have at this stage of my life, I wouldn't say I have a lot of things, but whatever I had, I dreamt of it when I was 18 and 19 when I started this company, and people called me delusional. They called me, I think I'm being unrealistic about it. But you are not being, if you're not aiming for high things, you won't ever find the motivation to work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is what I feel. Ki ordinary has always been achievable. But
Exactly.
Ordinary doesn't need.
Why would you want to achieve something which is absolutely ordinary and other people can achieve that?
And that is what I've always believed myself as well. Ki जब लोग बोलते हैं ना कि भाई Elon Musk, the way he talks is just way too much. He doesn't have the common social cues. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't have the common social cues. I feel ki that is why. Because he doesn't have that, but he excels at some things that you can never fathom. And it is very much important. Nobody can balance in everything and excel.
Exactly.
वो आपका concept ही आप समझो ना कैसा कि अगर हर चीज़ में balanced है तो वो ordinary होगा ना.
True.
To be extraordinary means to be good at something and worse at something.
Exactly. See, you cannot be good at everything.
Yeah.
Right? You have
like anybody, any big entrepreneur, they have to do something so exceptional that they're also exceptionally flawed.
Exactly.
They are not perfect human beings.
Very true.
So the more I look into it, the more I feel. And now that we have talked about how you've grown your company and how what your thoughts are about co-founder, I would also like you to know what is your vision for firstly this year, as in what you're looking at by the end of 2024, and also what is your 5-year or a long-term vision, maybe a 10-year vision.
See, what I usually do, Shashwat, is I think long-term, okay? When I started this agency, I was not thinking that in a year I want to be over here, okay? I never measure my success on the basis of timelines. I measure my success on the basis of the things that I've achieved. Kitna bhi time lagna tha, because I think if you are putting a time to it, and you might get into anxiety as well. Okay, but it's good to put a time. I wouldn't say that you shouldn't do that, but I stay out of that. Okay, I need that in a year. I would say the best fictional stories are made on Excel. Okay, you lay out a plan for a year. ये month 100 crore, दूसरे month 100 crore, ऐसे 10 crore का revenue, ये चाहिए वो चाहिए, सिर्फ Excel में
कुछ मतलब डालो hard planning.
नहीं वो सिर्फ नहीं वो सिर्फ Excel में होता है और वो real life में बहुत कम लोग implement करते हैं. Okay, so if you talk about my long-term vision, I want to make this I want to grow my roots in India, of course. Want to be big in India first, and then would like to take it international and being in the top 5 international digital marketing agencies like Denso International, Publicis Group, and something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah.
See, also a lot of the people that I know personally, because just as you, I also believe networking is the key to any kind of career. May it be corporate, may it be business, any career, networking is the key. So, a lot of people I talk to, I feel कि they are very confused as to marketing में सबसे पहले तो करना क्या चाहिए, पहली बात, दूसरा सीखना क्या चाहिए, and third and most important कि client को क्या चाहिए. लोगों को ये तीनों के बीच में they are lost in translation majority of the time. They don't know कि मुझे सीखना क्या है और दूसरा उसमें वो चीज़ को क्लाइंट तक कन्वर्ट कैसे करना है. तो I would want you to tell the viewers कि आपके हिसाब से क्या मतलब क्या सीख सकते हैं.
One thing is for sure, Shashwat, if you don't study, you won't get better. Okay, and there is so much content online, even in YouTube, upgrade an academy for low rates. People are not buying that. I don't know why. Okay, but if you actually consume content which can actually help you educate about the industry you are about to start a business in, you can actually cut down a lot of learning curve. Okay, and the key to actually do that is to stick to only 2 to 3 people or maybe less than that. Because there are so many influencers, there are so many people. How many of the people you can learn to and implement all of those things? Because business is not made by one simple thing or one simple route. There are different routes to it, right? If you are following every route, you might as not go well anywhere.
That is
Right. So just follow 2-3 people and see where your life is after a year.
वेरी फेयर
Yeah.
बिकॉज क्या है ना कि मैं ये बहुत स्ट्रांगली बिलीव करता हूँ कि whenever there is an industry, अगर आप कोई भी इंडस्ट्री पे पैसा तो है ही, तो obviously there is a career for everybody that is currently in marketing. But a lot of people what they feel is ना कि firstly who to trust, whom not to trust.
Correct.
कि if tomorrow if somebody is saying कि भाई you should learn X and X, then somebody else will come and say कि this is out of business, you should learn this and this. So now that you have worked with so many companies, you have so many clients,
Yeah.
you very well know what clients come looking for.
Okay.
So can you maybe give an overview कि clients का usually question क्या, सबसे पहले तो क्या होता है?
Yeah.
Secondly, how to cater to that?
See, for that, again, I'll take a step back and I would say that you need to educate yourself.
Of
If
course.
you're starting a business, you need to educate yourself about every other thing. If let's take an example for a digital marketing agency only, because that's what I started. If you are educating yourself about all the channels that you can market on, okay, you can actually consult the brand better. And any client, any brand who's coming to you is looking for consulting first and service after. Okay. They're looking for you to deep dive into their business to see what are the flaws they're doing in marketing and consult them that this is not you should be doing and this is what you should be doing. And based on that, you offer a solution to them. Brands never come to you for a particular service. Very few of them does. Okay, because most of the brands that don't know what they want. Because they don't know what they want, that is the reason they are outsourcing their marketing to someone else. If they knew what they wanted, they would be having already a very good in-house team which is delivering exceptional results. Okay, so first part is consulting, and consulting can only come when you master the art of the particular service, research, and your education towards that particular field and sector.
This is such a important piece of information.
Yeah.
Majority of the times the company does not know what they're looking for. They only know the problem.
So they'll come to you with an objective that this is
Correct.
what I want to achieve.
Yeah.
But the journey, if you have to take a train or you have to take a flight, you should be the one to tell them, I don't think you should be taking a flight to here because you'll spend twice as much compared to a train.
Fair.
Where you can go A to B very
At a cheaper price or
cheaper price, anything like that. Not even cheaper price. I would say comfort and all, a lot of things.
Correct.
Right. So you have to actually consult the brands. It's not about, most of the people are doing this for money. When I started this agency, I was in college. I started this as a design agency, not a marketing agency, to be honest. Okay. When I learned about marketing after 2 years, I would say I took my first paid ads project, proper paid ads, lakhs of rupees in ad spends after 2 years of my company when I learned about all of these things. Before, in those 2 years, I was taking a lot of design projects, social media marketing, and ads that were under 50,000 rupees. That was a rule I made for myself because I knew that if I fail, somebody might lose lakhs of rupees. Okay, but to my surprise, whatever client that I took for even 50,000, 40,000, 30,000 rupees and ad spends, no one failed because it was keeping me up at night that I have someone's money to manage.
Of course.
So I couldn't sleep with the fact that I'm just taking it lightly. So I prepared myself, I educated myself as to how to utilize that money to giving the best possible results that meets the objective of my client.
That is great. So now that we have talked about all these different aspects, I know that you have two companies. We'll come to the second one in a
Correct, yeah.
And obviously today we were about to shoot some time ago, but we postponed the shoot a little. पहले भी हम एक बार shoot कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा और push हो गया. So I know you have a very hectic schedule. I know you're extremely busy.
Yeah.
So how does that feel? मतलब, firstly tell me how hectic it gets. Do you work 18 hours a day as you like?
One thing, Shashwat, the best thing about being an entrepreneur is you learn to manage multitasking. You learn multitasking at such a level that most people would say, "Yeah, this guy is insane. कितना कुछ कर रहा है?" And most of the average people would say, "We should focus on one thing, ये कर, वो कर." But business is made through multitasking. Okay, if you are better at multitasking, if you are better at handling stress and anxiety at that particular time, only then can you grow. You cannot grow in a comfortable environment.
That
I've learned things the hard way. Okay, I keep telling people. See, another thing is people reach out to me on LinkedIn who want to start their agency at the very they're very young and the company is young, like 4 months, 5 months, they're like, what is one thing that I need to do? So I like consulting them as well. So there are so many things that an entrepreneur has to do in a day. Let's take Elon Musk as an example, since I look up to him a lot. You see, he has so many companies to manage, so many staff to manage, so many people to manage. One of his companies listed on the NASDAQ. Still he finds time to reply to people on Twitter. How does he do that? Right? Do you think Elon Musk has less work than you? No, right? He has more work. How is he finding more time? He knows how to prioritize, right? Even when we were about to start the podcast, I took 10 to 15 minutes wrapping up my different calls and everything.
Yeah.
Now we are hosting an event where I'm exhibiting and I'm taking a keynote as well. So a lot of things have to be done, right? How do I do that? Multitasking. So of course it gets hectic to answer your question, but you get better at it. Okay. And if you get better at that, see, the level of stress and anxiety would always increase if you are willing to grow your company. Let's say I am at a X revenue with a X business expansion stage. Okay, if I were to settle, I would come one level down and I would settle and make life में कोई problem नहीं. Okay, but if you want to constantly grow your company, you have to constantly upskill yourself, your stress won't ever go. Okay, you just have to learn how to deal with that. There is no thing where you actually consider like everything is going well 100% of the time. Not even 90% of the time. Things will go wrong more than 50% of the time. Maybe more, 90% of the time maybe. But that 10%, that sweet spot when you enjoy that the most, because that is the most, sweetest thing that you can ever get. Sometimes you just click like, okay, this is what I've done. Okay, now I don't have something for the next 2 days. I can just sit back and relax. Now that's it.
And I think a very important part that a lot of people are missing out, and I hope they put in as much focus as needed for what you said.
Yeah.
And that is that you should be comfortable in being uncomfortable.
True. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody has said this before, or if it's a quote or not.
Yeah.
But I myself believe in this very much, and I say this to me as much as possible.
If you constantly put yourself in uncomfortable situations, which helps you grow, it would make you mature in a very less period of time compared to other people.
That is true.
Okay. Even as an entrepreneur, you have the way to go the easy route where it takes a lot of time, or you can face a lot of uncomfortable situations. You should do what you don't know about. You should constantly learn. You should be told no to. People should yell at you. People should say that this won't work. Only then can you grow.
Of course.
If an entrepreneur doesn't have a trauma at the start of the journey, I can guarantee they can never make it big.
They need that
trauma.
difficulty.
Exactly. You need that stress. You should learn how to surf the waves. It's not a calm ocean.
Of course.
If you're looking for calm ocean, you won't get it over here.
Yeah, obviously.
And there's
there's
a old saying: if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Very true.
Yeah. You need that courage, Shashwat.
Of
you
course.
need that courage.
So, a lot of people, me including, have heard about some of your tales in the industry.
Okay.
And I'd like to talk about one of them. I've heard about it a lot, and I actually don't know all the details. So, if you may, I would like to know what is the whole deal about this Chinese shipment.
Yeah.
And how did you deliver it in 30 minutes? And what is the whole deal? Please.
So that is a little bit exaggerated because, of course, Chinese whisper. Some people say something to them. Gum gum ke kuch aur hi aata hai. Right. So during Shark Tank season 2, okay, that was in 2023, early 2023. 5-6 of our clients actually got telecasted, and one of our clients was actually importing the products from China. Okay, and he was like, I'm going to run out of my bestsellers. And if I run out of my bestsellers, we are going to be hard time generating a sale. Because if you are getting telecasted on Shark Tank, you see a very high pump on your ads.
Shark Tank effect.
Yeah, the Shark Tank effect is what we call it right now. So his bestsellers were out of stock within 72 hours. Okay, and he knew that and he pre-ordered those bestsellers. Okay. Since for 2 days, he didn't have any stock on his website for his bestsellers, the other products people were not buying. He was very tense, and the product shipment was going to arrive in the next 48 hours. But that actually stopped at some China port. Okay, I don't even know about that. And it was 3 in the night. He gave me a call. So going back to, okay, so let me complete that. So the best thing the business does is, we were talking about this before we started the podcast. And it actually enables you to a lot of network high net worth individuals, a lot of people who have a lot of connects in the industry.
Correct.
You yourself make a lot of network when you actually go out for networking events and all of those things. So I got a call at 3 a.m. by my client saying that our shipment has been stopped at the port. If we don't have that, we might lose 1 crore of sales in the next 1 month. Like, okay, let me just have a look. So I have someone who actually imports a lot of products from China, maybe what 15-20 crores every week. That's wow. Yeah. So I had his contact, but it was 3 in the night, and I said, how would I call him? They said, like, so in crisis only you call people, right? So I like, okay, I don't care whatever he thinks of him. One of my client needs me, so I'll just give him a call. I gave him a call, like, this is what happened. So it didn't take 30 minutes. It take a good 2.5 hours to clear that port, to clear that shipment, because luckily, law of attraction, I would say, and that same ship, my other client was having a consignment.
Oh,
Yeah. And that is the reason I got it approved for my other client as well. So yeah, that was that.
wow. But still, it's a crazy feat.
Yeah.
And because it is something that a lot of people are talking about.
नहीं, that's
But still, भाई 30 minutes बोल रहे थे, but 2.5 hours वो भी कहाँ रात के 3 बजे.
मतलब यहाँ 3 बजे थे, वहाँ भी
ये तो आपका फोटे भी नहीं है, ये तो वो जगह भी नहीं है जहाँ पे आप काम करते हैं.
हाँ.
So you are like a one-stop solution.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't position myself as that. कल को 4 inquiry आ गई तो मैं say कहूँगा. But yeah, as a business owner, you expose yourself to a lot of networks, and I'm very lucky to have a very good network to me, because I know how to get things done in any industry and at a very small amount of time.
That is great. And अभी जो मैंने one-stop solution के बारे में बोला,
Yeah.
मैं एक statement देता हूँ. Tell me what is your take on this? That basically you can't charge for everything that you do,
Yeah.
and you can't do everything that you charge for. So there will be things that you do that you can't even charge.
That's a very
And आप जो कुछ charge करते हो उसके अलावा एक्स्ट्रा चीजें करनी ही पड़ेंगी. ये तो given ही है.
right.
तो do you believe in that? Does that? समझ में आया?
I live that life, Shashwat. I have to do what more than I've
That is being an entrepreneur.
Exactly. That's what being an entrepreneur is. Yeah. Abhi that deal, but that was for that shipment was for more than 2.5 crores. Okay. I couldn't be like on the phone. Okay, what is the cut that I'm gonna get?
Of course.
Okay, because so the way I do networking is I try to help someone I want to gain a lot of knowledge from. Okay, I seek knowledge from a lot of people. So I try to help them, but I don't expect anything in return, and I don't demand anything in return. And even if they want to incentivize me, I don't do that, because if you are actually helping someone with a lot of things, then they owe you one, not a very
That is
ethical
true.
thing.
Yeah, I understand
but
what you say.
they owe you one, and at the time of your crisis and when you need help, and when you call them, most probably they'll answer and they'll help you.
Yeah. And see, that is what I think is some things go above what you charge. Matlab,
True.
you can't charge everything in today's money. Some things are worth in tomorrow's money.
True, very cool. So we have a lot of D2C brands on board. Okay, a lot of cosmetics company, a lot of apparel companies. So when I talk to them, like, are you contract manufacturing from this particular vendor? So I can actually guide them on that part as well. So that is one of the best things about having a good network, is you know a lot about a lot of industries. Okay, so one of our clients, they're into cosmetics. So I know there's a very big manufacturing facility here in MIDC, now in Mumbai. So I actually referred them that you should try them. And they actually shifted their contract manufacturing to those guys. They have reduced their time by more than 60%, and the cost is
and everything.
the time to manufacture and the cost has gone by more than 15%. 15% at scale of crores is a lot.
It's a very big deal.
Lakhs में तो कुछ नहीं, but crores की deal, it's a lot. So I come from a very humble background, so I don't mind helping people, and I don't expect anything in return. But yeah, I love to help people in that thing. And again, like when you are down to your shambles, which is bound to happen as an entrepreneur,
Ups and downs.
ups and downs to होना ही है, and you need help, where would you get it from?
Of course.
You should always plan for your rainy days. People talk about your rainy day fund, right? पैसे तो हर कोई कमा लेगा, network हर कोई कमा नहीं.
बिल्कुल.
Build your network for a rainy day thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It will absolutely help you for anything that you want, anything. And money is the least thing that I'm talking about. Anything about that, everyone will help.
That is very true. You know Ritesh, the founder of Goyal.
Yeah.
So there was this one incident when he was talking,
Yeah.
that the reason why he's so calm and the reason why he talks in such a mellow tone is because right now he is maybe at a upper stage of his life. But how every business comes, he might also have a lower end. And he has to have the same balance that he has right now at his highs that he has to have on his lows. So I like this concept at every single point. You have to be calm and you have to accept things as they are. You can't say कि I will always be successful, and you can't say कि I will always only go in profits.
Right.
Positives and negatives हमेशा रहने ही वाले.
Correct.
Secondly, the thing that we were talking about, let's get back to that. आपने नवी मुंबई के बारे में आपने बोला कि we got this in MIDC.
Yeah.
So that got me to thinking, how do you feel on that? कि firstly the current stage of नवी मुंबई, कि नवी मुंबई अभी currently कहाँ पर है?
Right.
And आपको क्या लगता है potential है नवी मुंबई में firstly as a corporate? Secondly, मतलब is this can this replace the need of Mumbai? जैसे काफी सारे लोगों को अभी भी क्या लगता है ना, नवी मुंबई में रहता है कि नवी मुंबई इज नॉट इंडिपेंडेंट, कि इट नीड्स अ मुंबई, दैट इज व्हाई देयर इज अ नवी मुंबई. सो डू यू फील कि नवी मुंबई इज बिकमिंग इंडिपेंडेंट और इट हैज बिकम इंडिपेंडेंट ऑलरेडी?
See, I would say that everything has their own journey, right? Even when Mumbai started, few centuries back, it was not big, right? It has became big by doing certain things, like they have a BKC over there, like all of those things. I would not be the right person to, actually answer on this, but I will tell you my viewpoint.
Of course.
Yeah. So I see Navi Mumbai has a great potential. No traffic, of course, but after the airport comes over here, okay, there is going to be a lot of traffic because a lot of flight departure and arrival is going to be there. It is my actual dream to see even Navi Mumbai and even Mumbai to be traffic free. Okay. So you wouldn't hear that normally from any entrepreneur, but yeah, I actually have that dream to see Mumbai without any traffic, having proper roads, proper highways, proper metros to be built, because right now everyone is having a problem, So talking about Navi Mumbai, I think it's going to be very big. BKC 2 यहाँ बन रहा है कारगर.
Exactly, मैं बोलने वाला था.
Yeah, so we are having a lot of real estate brands as well. We are doing a lot of marketing for them. So this is our pitch in their sales, right? We have to put a lot of these things in the creative to run as ads. Right, so we know a lot of Navi Mumbai, and I would bet my horse any day on this jockey.
That is what, क्योंकि मतलब see, when I'll tell you where this question is coming from. I came here in 2003, I guess, in 2003.
Same time around I came here in 2004.
तो उस समय अगर मैं आपको नवी मुंबई में खारगर की बात करूँ, तो खारगर में हाँ 3-4 जगह ही थी बस भी.
See, development has been fast.
Exactly.
There's no doubt about it.
तो हाँ उस समय कुछ भी नहीं था, and there were only 2 places that we knew of. अगर आपको कोई ट्रेन लेनी है मतलब बाहर के लिए, तो you will go to पनवेल. If you want to buy something, you will go to वाशी. And अगर जो चीज़ वाशी में नहीं मिलती, then you will have to go to मुंबई, depending आपको कहाँ जाना है, कोलाबा देखना है, ये देखना है, वो देखना है. That was the case in 2003, 4, 5 तक, जब तक मुझे पता है. But cut to now, when I have मतलब gained independence and I got it myself, I feel 90% of the things that I need are usually in Mumbai, Navi Mumbai itself.
See, you would find that anywhere in the world. 90% of the things that you actually need, you could find that.
Correct.
You can actually find that in any corner of the world. But if you are talking about more infrastructure, more people coming over here, more people betting the house on Navi Mumbai rather than Mumbai, that would take time.
Of course.
And
but I think it's still at a good pace. Matlab,
I would say it's more than a good pace.
Yeah.
So
the development that's happening, and the reason why I asked this is because as a whole, देखो जहाँ पे corporate develop होगा, obviously that is the space where more population will come in, where more quality will come in.
True.
So that is the reason why I asked कि a lot of the issues what major cities face is that because the corporate तो आ जाता है, but management is an issue. Navi Mumbai is one of the best managed cities that we know of.
Okay, true.
इसलिए यहाँ पे traffic का
very clean, because see, I would say कि लोग ज़्यादा नहीं है इसलिए ट्रैफिक नहीं.
और स्टार्टिंग से भी मतलब यहाँ पे मैनेजमेंट हमेशा से अच्छा रखा है जगह.
True, very true.
तो क्योंकि मुंबई कैसा था, मुंबई became what it became because of the need. That's what I feel. कि because it had exports, because it had the commerce, it had to build people around it. तो लोग मतलब खींचे चले आए. But now that Navi Mumbai is being built, they're building it systematically on every level and understanding everything.
Correct.
So I think, and even you believe this, that it holds a great.
See, whatever you said, I certainly have to educate myself more on that part, like exports and all. But like even after seeing all of these things which are being built in Navi Mumbai, yeah, of course, I would bet my horse any day.
Because मतलब भाई आपका भी काम यहाँ पर ही है. A lot of people that you hire must be from Navi Mumbai around.
So I'll tell you, that is one of the funny stories.
Okay.
You can't find good talent in that digital marketing domain in Navi Mumbai compared to the town and the South Suburb.
Oh.
Yes. It's very hard to do that. If you are hiring for, and that was one of the downsides of having a office in Navi Mumbai.
Okay.
But I want to be that player in Navi Mumbai that has actually built a culture around here that more people are coming, more people are becoming digital marketeers in Navi Mumbai compared to Mumbai. Okay, because all of the CVs that I receive, all of the sourcing of new hires that I get from my HR and my consultants are from Mumbai. I'm like, this guy won't travel. This guy won't travel for a longer period of time. So I actually built my core team in Navi Mumbai, even if they had I would say a stagnant talent or an average talent. I trained them because I knew if I wanted to build a core team, I would never get it from Mumbai for a longer time.
Of course, it's not long lasting.
Yeah, long lasting, hey?
Very true. And I feel that the whole concept of firstly how to apply, how to get selected, how to train is a podcast of its own.
Correct.
And I feel if people are interested in that, they can just comment and let me know so that we can have a separate chat or it in depth. क्योंकि मैं जितने भी एंटरप्रेन्योर से बात करता हूँ सबका एक ही दर्द है कि टैलेंट जो ढूंढना है ना वो ढूंढना पड़ता है, बहुत मुश्किल से निकालना पड़ता है. एंड आउट ऑफ मे बी द 100 applications they get, 20 are straight out hilarious. The people that are applying don't know what they're applying for. If you call them back, they don't know what they've applied into.
So that's where I would want the colleges who are taking so many lakhs and lakhs of rupees of fees, they should actually come in and they should include the subject of how to actually apply for a job.
बोलते
don't know about it, यार.
बोलते बहुत हैं, but that is कोई train नहीं कर रहा है.
कोई नहीं, and it will happen only through workshops. If you have proper lectures for resume writing and all, people won't attend that. And people won't show interest in that.
And you know, scientifically heavy नहीं honestly, right?
Exactly.
4 or 5 hours.
Exactly. And I being an entrepreneur, I know what actually interests me and what actually makes me happy and what I want to hear. Okay, so, whenever I have taken a session on how to apply a job in any of the colleges, I've told them what to include and what to not. See, no one likes to read heavy paragraphs. Make them into pointers. Why? I don't have to. And see, ChatGPT has done a lot of good things for us, but it has done a lot of bad things for us. Okay, I ask a simple question to someone. I won't be able to tell you the name because
it's okay.
Simple question: what was your enhanced salary? Just to see if that candidate suits my budget or not. They actually gave me a 1-page paragraph from ChatGPT. I won't be able to disclose my current salary because of this. The reason being this. But I would appreciate if you do this at a given time. तो सीधा बोलना, can we discuss this in person? भाई क्या problem है?
या तो मुझे नहीं discuss करना. Never it is.
The education vertical, the education graph is so much for them.
I understand. And I think ना ये duality ना corporate की वजह से आई है. एक तो क्या है ना, बहुत सिंपल सी बात है, when you talk about entrepreneurs, when you talk about startups ना, we need to be quick and precise.
True.
आप बात करनी पॉइंटर से बात करो. आपको भी पता होगा ऑफिस में जब लोग बात करते हैं तो they only talk in the key points.
Correct.
आपको पूरी कथा नहीं सुनाएंगे वो क्या चल रहा है.
We have a rule in office, okay? No one will do फालतू meetings. कोई ऐसा brainstorming के लिए कोई meeting करेंगे वो सब नहीं चलेगा. ऐसा मत करो ये सब. चुपचाप लो, क्या एजेंडा है प्रॉपर डिसाइड करो, 15-20 मिनट में खत्म करो मीटिंग, कॉन्फ्रेंस खाली करो, ठीक है.
I get it.
So as we are having so many brands on board, किसी ना किसी का हर एक दिन कोई ना कोई रिव्यू कॉल रहता है, कोई ना कोई मीटिंग रहता है. And if you are just sitting for hours and brainstorming, which we had that culture 2 years back, that brainstorm, there is no particular outcome in that.
हाँ, वो बहुत random है.
I would say creativity is majorly random. Okay. It cannot come by sitting ये करते. Of course, sitting and brainstorming helps you make a lot of decisions. Helps you make a lot of plans what to do for the future. But यार time बहुत बर्बाद होता है उसमें. वो अपना. So what I'll tell you, what we do in meetings is we ask people to come with their own research, come with their own pointers to do, or pointers that they want to do. We combine all of that in the meeting itself, and then we see what is the best thing. We decide करते, we make a list, we prioritize it, we delegate it. काम करो. 15 मिनट में मीटिंग खत्म हो जाती है.
वेरी सिंपल.
आप मीटिंग में बैठ कर रिसर्च करोगे कभी नहीं चलेगा.
एंड आई थिंक कि फ्रॉम द टाइम आई हैव बीन इन स्कूल, तब से मैं ये बात सुनते हुए आ रहा हूँ कि यू शुड बी इन पॉइंटर्स. बट लोग ये बात सीख ही नहीं रहे. और मैं आपको बताऊँ ना कि मैं ये सोचता हूँ क्यों नहीं सीरियस समझ रहे. व्हेन आई वाज वर्किंग इन अ कंपनी, आई विल नॉट टेक द नेम, everything that, suppose if I've talked to you right now, you are my manager, so everything that we've discussed, I have to put it on mail. And I can't put it in mail in 3 different points. I have to elaborate on everything that we have discussed. तो I think that habit is built by the environment that some certain companies or maybe the corporates give. कि आपको हर चीज़ email पे रखनी है. अगर आप simple बात करोगे तो simple value नहीं hold करता. Hold करता है value क्या? जब आप बड़े heavy language में आप बड़े paragraphs दोगे तो. And I think that is something that needs to change with time क्योंकि अब हम हो रहे हैं.
See, I would say the attention span is getting low day by day. You have to keep things short.
Exactly.
See, if I'm doing cold outreach to someone, if I write a paragraph, no one is going to read it. Okay, my cold outreach strategy is simple. 3 lines and done. लोगों को वही चाहिए. पसंद है तो आएगा, नहीं है तो दूसरे जो 50 बार फॉलो अप करके वो ब्लॉक कर देगा, आपका स्पैम मैसेज हो जाएगा. क्या मतलब है?
लंबे पैराग्राफ तो कोई नहीं पढ़ेगा.
कोई नहीं. अरे मैं नहीं पढ़ता यार. मैं अपनी टीम का नहीं पढ़ता. पहला मेरे को पॉइंटर्स में होता. तुम मेरे को अरे you know a year back, 1.5 years back, when ChatGPT came, it was very new. One of our employees had to take a half day. So I think it was one of our key employees. Okay, he actually mailed me in the night. Okay, and I sleep late 2-3. I got a mail at 1. Long paragraphs, ये वो, और एकदम heavy professional language. I understand the technicality and the urgency of all these words. मैंने पूरा पढ़ा ही नहीं. इतना बड़ा मैसेज था. I sent it to my HR. मैं भाई क्या बोल रही है? क्या है? हाँ, मैंने उसको रात को कॉल करके उठाया. मतलब बता मेरे को क्या है? वो मेरे को बोली कि यार वो हाफ डे की छुट्टी मांग रहा है. मतलब क्या है ये यार? मतलब
हाफ डे मांग रहा है.
हाँ, मतलब तू व्हाट्सएप पे लिखना है मेरे को. हाँ.
एंड दैट इज व्हाट आई फील कि या तो लोग ज्यादा ही कैजुअली कि मतलब वो या तो फोटो भेज देते कि भाई मेरे को ट्रिप.
अरे यार सो आई मतलब लोग पीपल सेंड मी फ्लाइट टिकट्स जब मैं जा रहा हूँ ना भाई इसमें मेरे को. हाँ, वी ट्राई
मिडिल पॉइंट.
हाँ यार, मतलब
मैं वही देख
गई नहीं फाइंड करता.
हाँ, आई बेयरली सी पीपल जो बोलते हैं कि भाई आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विद माय जॉब. यार तो लोग एकदम ही परेशान है. या तो फिर वैसे लोग हैं कि दे हैव फाउंड देयर जॉब एंड फिर उसके बाद वो कभी कंपनी नहीं छोड़ने वाले. आई डोंट नो द कॉमन पीपल की जो कुछ और भी देख रहे हैं बट वो अपनी करेंटली जॉब से खुश भी हो.
करेक्ट.
सो आई फील कि वो एक काफी बड़ा इशू हो गया है. एंड मे बी इट विल फिगर आउट इन टाइम. देन
सी दैट इज गोना बी देयर एनी डे यार. मतलब every employee you see in any company, if he's saying he loves his job, there's only 2-3 reasons. One is he is new. Second, he's just got a promotion. Third, he can see a promotion coming his way. Okay, and right now I would say attention span भी low है और लोगों की patience भी low है. So 3 महीने में रेस चाहिए हर किसी को, वो नहीं चलेगा ना. We have to understand.
Very true. Now that see we've talked about a lot of different topics, and the more I talk to you, the more I understand that you are an entrepreneur at your heart.
Yeah,
but that is something that you wanted to be from the start. And I think it somewhere comes from your background as well. कि आपकी family भी is into business.
Right.
You were talking about how you have a generational business as well. कि आप भी आपके grandfather भी कर रहे थे, पापा भी कर रहे थे.
So my grandfather actually opened a printing press. My dad took over that, and I started my agency when I was 19, as you know. So, but going to my background, yeah, since my childhood, I would actually see my dad, how he talks on the phone, how he does business. When I used to go to his office during Diwalis, during Dashera, or maybe any other time when I wanted to visit his office, I knew how hard he worked. Okay, and so that thing, how to manage your money, negotiate with people, to do business, to how to deliver a quality service, that is embedded in Marwari's heart. Okay, so what आप अपने मम्मी पापा से ही सीखते हो, right? And I would say, yeah, when I started, I took a loan from my dad of 2,500 rupees. Okay, I wanted only 2 things. One is I wanted to buy the domain creativedigitals.com. Okay. Second, I wanted to give some money to my graphic designer for designing my logo. I got my first client on my first day, and that was one of my cousin sisters. Oh, yeah. She had an art page at that time, and she had been very supportive to me as well, guiding through my journey. All of my cousins that I have right now, okay, had been a very integral part of my business journey, because I told you, I whatever I've built, I've not built alone. I've built it through the support and love that I've got from my family and friends and other people as well. So, yeah, from a loan of 2,500, and that actually one thing, not that 2,500 is a big amount, but he asked me, success hoga na iska? Like, de do yaar, abhi kya? Like, but yeah, bought a domain and all. I was doing good yaar in the first year. Having that, I'll say the number 10, I was earning 10-12,000 a month, and that was huge. Okay, in my...
You were what at that time? 18?
18. And not having a job and just earning 10-12,000, and whatever you love, you do, and you earn your money.
Exactly.
The best feeling in the world. And I spent all of my money. And I would say all of, as in, मैंने पैसे बचाए नहीं किसी चीज़ के लिए for the first year and absolutely doing मस्ती. Okay, I would go to different places, ये करूँगा, but I wanted to live that life, that college life. And if in college, if you have 10-12,000 now, you are Maris. मतलब I don't know, and it's a very good feeling. कि लोग हैं, you have a group, you go out here. So yeah,
I very much understand.
yeah, and when I said I was 17, I had a lot of friends who were 27, 28. When I started earning, I didn't let go of that people. I still had that group with me. So when they used to go out, in the expensive restaurants. So when we had to Dutch, you should have money in your account, right? So whatever the share was, I was happy to contribute to that because I had money in my account. And that was one of the best feelings.
I can very much understand.
Yeah.
And so coming back to that, तो 2,500 रुपए दिए वापस या फिर और बचा है, इंटरेस्ट चल रहा है अभी तक?
वो मैंने डैड को है, वो कर्जा आपका हमेशा मेरे पे रहेगा.
हाँ, उसका इंटरेस्ट बढ़ता जा रहा है.
वो मैं कभी नहीं दूंगा, वो हमेशा आपके पास रखते.
और so about this जो आपने बोला ना about your family and you learning things from your parents, I very strongly, there's this saying that I very strongly agree to कि business comes at the family table.
Yeah.
कि whatever you learn, whatever you absorb is usually what you discuss at the dining table. अगर आप घर पे बैठ के if you are able to freely discuss or talk about business कि भाई धंधा क्या होता है, कैसे बनता है, तो I think you get more comfortable on exploring or discovering that side कि हाँ ये पापा जो करते हैं ये कैसे करते हैं या बाकी लोग जो करते हैं वो कैसे करते हैं. And हाँ बोलिए.
See, a lot of your behavior, like how you behave in your business, connects with how your childhood has been. Okay, if it's been too collaborative, you are too collaborative in your business. If it's been too energetic, you are being too energetic in your business. If it's being talking to a lot of people and getting things done, even at a young age, you become that in your business. If it's about charming anyone, I would say, if your channel has always been about impressing someone with your skills and all, you would be that in your business. That you become a charming guy who always pleases his clients, always keeps his client happy. Okay, so a lot of your business behavior and the way you do business actually arrives from the family table and family dining table, I would say. Because whatever conversation you have during when you are having your lunch or dinner, that actually evolves you as a human being.
Of course.
And I would say I've been very lucky at my home as well, because since childhood, we were not into gossips and all. We were already about growth and talking about a lot of skills. And that is the reason I'm a little bit aggressive on that I want to build this company, because I've never found myself in between in a gossip for more than half an hour. If I see a group is doing that, I immediately leave that. I cannot tolerate. I've left group of friends who a lot of time I still do that if they are more into gossip rather than growth, because I know what I want to be in the near future. I have my dreams. I want to achieve that, and that would only happen if I surround myself with people who are high net worth, who can help me, whom I can help back, and talk about only growth and a mindset that a lot of less people carry.
That is true. I think a positive friend group, not even positive, a developing friend group is the most important thing that you need.
Exactly.
पता है कि क्या करना है.
Exactly. And my advice to anyone who's starting as well, I would not say young people because I'm also young, but anyone who's starting as well, if you see a group of friends or anyone who's talking a lot of negative stuff, just tell them a bye.
हाँ.
Don't care about it.
क्योंकि आप बाकी लोगों को तो बदल नहीं सकते.
Yeah.
आप पहले खुद को बदलो, वही अपने में बहुत बड़ी बात होती है. बाकी लोग तो बहुत आगे की बात होती है.
Very true.
तो you should always maybe focus on yourself. And I've also felt, but whenever I think back and I think why do I have interest in business?
Correct.
I feel it's because the people around me had interest in business. Because they got that seed, and now it's budding into me. Now I feel more and more about it.
You know that quote, show me your friends and I'll show you your future?
Yeah,
that is a very
exactly.
Very famous quote, but it is my life, I would say. If your friends are good, and good I mean like by if they're talking about growth, they're talking about new opportunities. I still spend a lot of money traveling to here and there, Delhi, Bangalore, Kerala, just to actually meet with people who are thought leaders in the particular industry.
Yeah, and it's not even about rich or poor, but अगर आप start कर रहे हो, जरूरी नहीं है पैसा है कि नहीं. It's only about the vision, like you said.
Mindset.
Yeah,
the mindset.
The mindset is what you actually require. कि at the end of the day समझ में आना चाहिए कि भाई जो इसको कुछ तो करना है भले.
Exactly.
तो वो एक काफी important aspect. So again, I wanted to ask you just one last thing before we close the discussion of business. At least we'll talk a little bit more about the podcast.
Correct.
तो I wanted to know कि सबसे पहले तो यार being an entrepreneur on the outside, on the covers, it looks great.
Yeah.
सबको देख के लगता है कि भाई entrepreneur is the next big thing, सबको यही करना चाहिए. But now that you have been one for almost 5 years and you have seen your parents do that, your grandparents do that, how do you feel? What are the good and bads of those space? What is the pros and cons of being an entrepreneur that nobody is talking about?
See, again, if you look at my family as well, my grandfather and my parents, my father who scaled my grandfather's business. Now that I've started a business and I deal with a lot of people, my respect has suddenly increased because I saw my dad at our house as well, the way he is actually dealing with things. And as an entrepreneur, you have to do a lot of things, and it is impossible to keep a constant behavior at some point of time. But that's what I saw at my home, and I would say that is totally commendable. Okay, and that is something that I've learned from my house as well. Okay, but talking about the pros and cons about being an entrepreneur, I'll start with the pros. You build a very good network. Okay. Second, you become instantly good at multitasking. Okay, you can do multiple things at par at any given time. You can do anything. Next, we are having one show next week. By the time this podcast releases, we would have already done that.
Yeah,
show.
I just saw.
Yeah, so there's so many things to be carried out for that particular event. So many things that needs to be completed. Simultaneously, your business is running. You have to do that. 2 businesses which I'm running. So a lot of things get piled on, but you get better at multitasking. You know how to do that stuff. That is the reason you get calm as an entrepreneur. Okay. Then I would say you get a larger view of life. Your bird eye view gets larger and larger. You tend to look at things from a bird's eye view, and you can actually help a lot of people from that thing. Okay, you can consult a lot of people. So business evolves your mindset. Okay, even at your personal level, it evolves your mindset. It makes you a matured man, I would say. Okay, and the feeling that a lot of entrepreneurs get, and this is very unspoken of, that feeling when you figure out a certain thing. Okay, have you seen movies and series where a scientist actually figures out that formula?
Eureka moment.
The eureka moment for that entrepreneur when he figures out something in his company, whether it be a small thing to find his target audience, to make a right product, have the right pricing, have customer retained for 6 months. If he's certainly working for something and he actually he figures that out, that eureka moment is better than anything in this world. Better than all of the things. You tell me the best thing in the world, I would say that moment, figuring out something is the best moment in the world, because then you can envision your future and you see your vision coming into life. That is the best thing about being an author. And the cons.
जिसके बारे में कोई बात नहीं कर रहा है.
करते लोग बात ऐसे नहीं करते नहीं है, but कोई seriously नहीं लेता. If you can't have sleepless nights, if you can't have that anxious feeling, if you can't handle being overwhelmed, okay, it is very hard to grow. And you always have to keep a learning mindset. Whatever I knew when I was 19, when I started, I didn't know all of these stuff. I learned on the job. I learned parallelly. So if you are limiting yourself to the knowledge that you have currently, it is next to impossible to grow. So you have to keep yourself learning. You have 24 hours in a day. Sometimes it feels like, okay, भाई क्या इतना सारी चीज़ें कुछ भी नहीं होगा. Sometimes it feels like, okay, मेरे पास तो कुछ भी नहीं है करने के लिए. So that ups and downs of being an entrepreneur is always when, the roller coaster journey that everyone neglects. If you're not ready for those things, if you're not ready for your health to be deteriorated, a lot of people talk about work-life balance. It's absolutely and utterly bullshit. You can only maintain work-life balance if your business is at a stability mode. If your business is anywhere at the starting stage, a survival stage, or anywhere between survival or stability, you won't be able to focus on anything. After stability, then comes the stage of scaling and expansion. Stability tak aapki company aa gayi, you actually unwind like, okay, first step is done. When 1.5 or 2 years back, when I found a little bit of that island of stability through my boat, I thought, okay, this is great. This is actually, then I could focus on a lot of things as well, like family and all. Like, no one else can do that.
Of course.
So you have to be that like, see, everyone can quit at any given point. Okay, it's about sticking to that process. If things are not working out for one particular year, and it will not work for a longer period of time, more than you can even imagine and more than even you can put in an Excel. But if you can find that courage to actually do whatever you want to do, whatever you have to do in a day for a very consistent time until unless you find your goal, you would be what you aspire to become.
That are some heavy words, and actually I very much agree with you.
Yeah.
And बात यही है ना कि लोग क्या होता है ना, जब कभी कुछ ट्रेंड होता है ना, तो एंटरप्रेन्योर की जो जर्नी है उसमें ये वाले पार्ट्स कभी ट्रेंड नहीं होता है.
हाँ रे.
कोई कभी इस बारे में बात नहीं करता है.
Everyone would care about these things when you are made big in life. If I start shooting videos, oh, this is so hard, and if I shoot less about my success, so people are not gonna like it. People are not gonna appreciate it. Yeah, बोले यार ये तो struggle कर रहा है. But if I show more of my success and less of my struggles, people will like, अरे भाई क्या हो गया? Because that works. People, it's more of your struggles and less of your success. See, it's more of the struggles and less of the success.
Of course, that is very true.
Yeah.
And so let us at least end the discussion of business that we wrote.
Yeah.
तो अभी सबसे पहले तो do you know why we named this podcast part time? Have I ever told you before?
No.
So the reason why we are naming this part time is because firstly तो मैं ना बहुत सारे अलग नामों पे गया था, बहुत सारी चीजें सोची. We came up to part time because we decided that the people who actually are going to watch this and who should actually be watching this are the people who are aspiring to just be better.
Okay.
May it be at a corporate level, may it be at a business level, may it be at any level. आपको किसी भी तरह का career चाहिए, they are learning to be better. And the only way to be better is by working. आप काम करोगे तभी सीखते हो, बिना काम करे कोई नहीं सीखता.
Theoretical knowledge तो बहुत है, practically कम
है ही नहीं. तो by listening to me, by being a part of my journey,
correct,
they are basically doing a part time with me. So this is their part time. उनकी normal job है, normal काम तो अपना करते ही रहेंगे साथ में. They are doing a part time with me, and how I pay them is by these wisdom and these simple opinions of the different entrepreneurs that I meet.
That's a very nice way to put it, Shashwat.
Yeah, because that is what I want. देखो अभी ज्ञान तो कहना बहुत है भाई. आप कुछ भी सर्च करो, ज्ञान की कमी है.
अभी मैं भी तो ज्ञान ही दे रहा हूँ, और क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं? मतलब ज्ञान की कमी नहीं है बस बाहर.
It is only about firstly what you pull and secondly how actively you pull.
True.
अभी जो चीज़ नेचुरली मेरे पास आनी है वो मेरे फीड पे या एल्गोरिथम में कोई मुझे बात करेगा वो तो मैं सुन ही लूंगा.
100%.
बट इफ आई एक्चुअली वांट टू वर्क फॉर समथिंग तभी मेरे को ढूंढना पड़ेगा, तभी उसकी मेहनत जाएगी. एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी वांटेड पीपल टू फील लाइक कि दे आर एक्चुअली डूइंग सम काइंड ऑफ पार्ट टाइम विद मी. सो दैट इज व्हाई पार्ट टाइम विद शाश्वत.
That's lovely. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's good.
So I think it's been a great conversation so
Absolutely,
far.
Yeah,
and you have given some very great answers, and I loved talking to you today.
Absolutely.
And I am looking forward to some even greater endeavors of Creative Digital.
Absolutely. We've just started, Shashwat. I would say this right here on this podcast. लोग बोलते ज़्यादा बोलना नहीं चाहिए, नज़र लग जाती है, but I don't care. I would say this right here on this podcast is we have just started. I would say we are at 4 or 5% at our capacity. We are on a journey from 1 to 10. Closing, we are reaching to 10, of course. Then there's a journey from 10 to 100, 100 to 1000, 1000 to 1 lakh. So, of course, we have that vision on board, and we'll meet someday in future as well, and we'll keep in touch.
Of course.
After 10 to 12 years, when we have actually made it big with Creative Digitals, and I would not say I have made it big. I would always say when we have made it big with Creative Digitals, all of these clippings at that time would actually reflect in that reel edits and all of those things. So yeah,
and we might even do a second podcast by then.
Absolutely.
I think we can do that even sooner, depending on how many questions we get from this, because I'm sure people would want to ask you some things.
Yeah, if we achieve a lot of things in the next coming year, why not do it after a year as well?
Of course.
Yeah.
If in case anybody has any questions or they want to know about performance marketing or marketing as a whole, we have the guru right here. Yeah. You can ask anything, and then we'll bring him on for the second podcast. Absolutely. Or maybe anything possible. Right. And we'll get it cleared.
True.
So it was great talking to you today.
Thank you so much.
And let's end it at that note.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you so much for everybody who watched it through. And if any questions, please comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much.
Thank you.